Hey all, I'm fresh out the shower with a fresh message for you. First, I want to start the video off by taking a deep breath with the intent for us to learn something, to apply knowledge that we already know, to elevate our understanding. So, yesterday I spoke about sacred energy exchange and the divine energies within us and coming to a union with the energies within us. So, I wanted to speak today about the divine masculine and the divine feminine. So I'm gonna come with some, nice YouTube videos with the backgrounds all set up and not chopped up later on. But it was very imperative for me to get this message out today. It's very imperative for me to start sharing, for me to open up my throat chakra and just tell y'all what's going on. So, bear with me with the chops in the messages and the cutting, but pay attention to the actual message. Don't let how shit look distract you from what's going on. There's a difference between masculine and feminine and man and woman. Two totally different things. Masculinity and femininity are energies that exist in both of us. Masculine energy being logic, support, action, intellect, decisiveness, structure, analysis, things of that nature, and feminine energy being nurturing, senses, intuition, expression, creativity, imagination, your heart. So these energies exist within both of us, or excuse me, exist within all of us. And they are something that are supposed to be unified within us. So the two important facts that are going to matter is that everything is mental, the universe is mental, and what is inward is outward, as above, so below, as within, so without. Those two principles are going to apply. So, this masculine and feminine energy, most people are not balanced within themselves. Most men are not balanced in their feminine energy. So they don't know how to nurture themselves. They don't know how to care for themselves. They don't know how to listen to their intuition. So they outwardly seek this thing to nurture them, to care for them, but not in a healthy way because they haven't done that in themselves. And most women are not logical. Their masculine energy is not balanced, so they don't know how to apply logic to their intuition. They don't know how to apply support to their creativity or action to their creativity. And none of this is our fault, It's a matter of our programming and what we've been taught, but we have the opportunity and ability to teach ourselves and learn ourselves and balance ourselves. So when I say that everything inside happens outside, when you take your time and know yourself and learn to balance your own feminine and masculine energies, that will reflect outside of you. Girls, women, the men that you're dating are a physical manifestation of your inner divine masculine. So everything you be mad about that nigga does, every way that he doesn't treat you right, every way that you don't feel like he is exactly who you need him to be for you, that is who you are not being for yourself. That is the action you don't show yourself on your intuition. That is a logic that you don't apply to the things that you know. That is the decisiveness that you can't stick to in what you know is right for yourself. And men, all these women that you keep exchanging your energy with, that you want this nurture from, because that's really what you are seeking out. You have to learn how to nurture yourself. You have to learn how to listen to your intuition. You have the logic or the structure or however it might go, but logic not applied to the original force is nothing at all, So it's a balance of the mind and the heart coming together of the two. The heart leads and the brain applies. The heart tells you what the truth is and the brain makes it happen outwardly. But if the energies are switched or are not working in conjunction with each other, then they're out of rec. You wonder why people call women crazy and they're so, and they're irrational and be doing whatever because they have not come into balance with their masculine energy. Women are not, you're not crazy for feeling the way that you feel, for thinking the way that you think, for understanding the things that you do, but you have to come into the logic behind that and apply the balance to that, like apply that to your actual self. And men, you can make so much sense about stuff that really does not make any sense because it's not coming from your heart. It's not coming from your intuition. It's not coming from what your inner self truly knows. It's just, it makes sense. Like it sounds good, but it actually isn't your truth and your understanding. You're not nurturing your true self or understanding your true self. So it's important to come into those balances. So the best part is that in order to manifest your true reflection, your truest divine feminine or truest divine masculine partner, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfectly in balance. You just have to be working on being balanced. Because again, as within, so without. So when you are working on balancing your energies, that energy will manifest outwardly for you to work with. So in being authentic and vulnerable, I'll share my story in balancing my divine energies and how I manifested the love that I truly deserve in my divine partner and the person who is a true hour reflection of my healed divine masculine. I spent some time understanding that I am out of balance and I am out of whack and I'm living against my true nature. And that has been, it was about a 2-year journey of understanding myself, studying my astrology so that I could understand my masculine and feminine energies, understand the work that I had to apply to them and do to them. A lot of time, I've always had somebody there. I've always had an outward external energy there, and it took removing myself from an external energy and healing my internal energies in order for my true and real and whole divine masculine to manifest in my life. So anybody who knew me knows that I was on this energy, this no boyfriends allowed wave. I started it as a clothing line back in 2016. I did have some bitterness inside of me, but my real goal and my real purpose of it was to reflect that we don't need anybody outside of us. Not that you don't deserve somebody outside of you, like, don't get me wrong, we all deserve true love, but that is something that we have to give to ourselves. The outward reflection of that is just the cherry on top of knowing yourself and treating yourself as such. No Boyfriends Allowed is one journey that I'll talk about at another time. But when I moved back to New Jersey from Los Angeles in 2017, I was still very much focused on this no boyfriends allowed energy. And I decided for myself that for the next 3 years at least, I was going to stay single. I wasn't going to stay focus on any man, entertain any man, engage in energy with any man, because I knew the image that I wanted to uphold and I knew what I wanted to manifest and I knew what I wanted to deserve. And I believed that I had to stay by myself, stay in that type of isolation, especially sexual isolation, in order for the man that I wanted to manifest. So I sat down and I knew in my head, okay, I'm going to be single for at least the next 3 years, but I know what it is that I want in an energy. I want to have an intent for what I want to manifest at the end of that time. So I sat and I wrote a letter to my divine masculine. And I wrote, "Thank you for seeing my whole self and allowing me to see you. Thank you for guiding me. Thank you for allowing me to show gratitude in a new form. Thank you for being my inspiration. Thank you for being my motivation. Thank you for the safety and security you provide. Thank you for being in alignment with my growth and desire. Thank you for your wisdom and discernment. Thank you for showering me with abundance and overflow. Thank you for your care, your understanding, and your praise. Thank you for your attention to detail. Thank you for your vulnerability. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your compassion. Thank you for your admiration. Thank you for being the reminder. Thank you for your affection. Thank you for challenging me, yet still supporting me. Thank you for knowing yourself, and thank you for loving yourself." And so I wrote this down. Okay, cool. Know what I want. Now, how do I, for the next 3 years, be this for myself? So how do I be my own motivation? How do I allow myself to show gratitude in a different form that I understand? How do I apply my wisdom and my discernment? And, it's not an easy thing to do. But as soon as I started finding little ways, little things, little ways to be my own confidence, little ways to make myself feel more secure and safe, little ways to be my own inspiration. A week later, my divine partner showed up. And to give you the details on, my story, to be very transparent and vulnerable, my king and I have consciously known each other since 6th grade. And we actually have found out that we went to preschool together. We didn't know, but we went to preschool together. So we really have known each other our whole lives. And, I went away to Howard and moved to LA. And he went to school, played football, did his thing. And we both ended up back in Jersey. And there was probably like a 6-month period where we were both here. And we've been friends forever. Like, I've always had true, genuine love for him as a friend, as just a masculine energy in my life. And so when we came back into contact with each other, we were texting when we got back, like, yo, I'm home. I want to see you. What's up? Like, miss you, miss your energy. And anybody who knows my guy, he's Mingy. Like, he has that Mingy energy. And I was on some, I need to be around him and get in contact with some of this Mingy energy, because the things that I'm learning, the way that I'm feeling, I just need that type of energy and positivity in my life. So we finally reconnected after 6 months of being down the street from each other. And I just felt so grateful to be in his presence, so grateful to be in his energy. But it still wasn't anything sexual. It still wasn't anything romantic. It wasn't anything physical. I had no intentions of, like, here he is, he just came, nothing of that sort. So coming into my divine feminine nature, any male that knows me and has been my friend and been my presence, especially in the past 2 years, I don't play with them no more. I don't play with y'all. I'm not going to let y'all play yourselves. So if you're coming to me about something that you're doing that's not really in alignment with who you truly are, I'm going to tell your ass about it. And that's how I was with him. He was in a 3-year relationship with he was in a 3-year relationship. And when I came to him, he's telling me about life. He's telling me about his plans. He's telling me about his goals. We're sharing our energy. But then he's talking about this chick and just the energy he had towards speaking about her. The energy he had about what else he was doing was just not Mingy at all. And so I'm telling him, yo, you, Mr. Mingy, you got this, whatever, but that's not Mingy. Like, why are you doing this? Why do you feel like this? Why are you speaking to her or about her like this? Like, that's not Mingy. And, it was not my intent at all to say that to, like, oh, don't be with her, be with me. It was a true heartfelt, like, I love you and you're not loving yourself with how you're treating yourself right now. And that love that I have for him allowed a light to shine on the love that he deserved to have for himself, and allowed us to come into alignment. It was a spark of his true divine feminine reflection coming into his life, and him manifesting as my true divine masculine reflection. So like I said, I had in my head, I'm single for the next 3 years. I'm focused on no boyfriends allowed. I know what I want. I know what I'm building. I know where I want my life to go. But I just wrote this letter speaking what I actually truly wanted and what I actually wanted to manifest. So after a couple of days went by of us exchanging energy, and we kept coming into contact and kept exchanging energy, it came to the surface that, like, yo, there's something going on here. Like, this is not by coincidence. This is the feeling that I'm feeling is not just like, oh, I missed you and haven't seen you. And he was on some, like, yo, I don't play about this love shit. I don't play about this life shit. Like, what's up? And so I really had to sit and think, like, is this what I want? Like, okay, God just gave me everything that I asked for. But is that what I want? I just said what I want. I just said I wanted to be single for 3 years and blow up my business and but what I actually wanted, I put on paper, and it's right here in front of me. So what are you going to do? So January 1st of 2018, I was sitting on the couch with Millie, with Kyra, with Kiana, and we were talking about the love that we wanted to manifest, the love that we wanted to have in our life. And, anybody who knows me at that point, I was very actually, I wasn't really sharing it that much, but I was very, very deep into my astrology bag, very deep into my metaphysical understanding, very coming into understanding that I am magic, understanding that I am God, understanding how the ways of this world are very backwards. And I was telling them that I'm not going to exchange my energies with a man again until he's on that level and he has that understanding. I was very adamant about the fact that I was not going to exchange my energy with anybody that wasn't at that level, that wasn't able to understand those things, that wasn't open to understanding those things, or already had an understanding of those things. I was not going to play myself and exchange my energy in a way that was not conducive to my higher self or to the knowledge that I was actually receiving. And it's so funny because I will talk to Kyra and Millie now and they'll be like, yo, you said you wasn't going to settle, and now you have somebody who's really on that energy with you, who really, like, anybody who sees us, who knows us, we are on the same page. We have the same understanding. We are adamant in the truth. We are both deeply rooted in the truth and have a great understanding of ourselves. We take the time to understand ourselves, and that's why we understand each other. He's not my boyfriend. He is a direct reflection of my divine masculine. So if his energy's out of whack, that's because my energy inside is out of whack. I'm not applying my logic correctly. I'm not applying structure to my life correctly. I'm not applying action to my intuition correctly. He is simply that, and I am simply the adverse for him, the divine feminine energy for him. We are a divine union, and I am the divine feminine manifestation, and he is the divine masculine manifestation, and that is it. Simple. True. So, that being said, take some time this year to really look at yourself. People ask me, where do I start? A great place to start is your astrology. We'll get into that in the next video, but a great place to start is your own map of yourself. But just take some time to figure out what it really is that you want, to reflect on your relationships that you currently have and see how your masculine has manifested, see how your feminine has manifested, and see how you can change whatever it is that you don't want within yourself, because you deserve everything. You deserve true love. You deserve to be loved exactly the way that you desire. You deserve to be loved the way that your inner child used to dream about being loved. Not what anybody told you love is, not having to have somebody there because you need security or support or nurture or sex or any of those things. So take your time, know yourself, love yourself. Peace, y'all.